What's up YouTube, this is Tcg Sam here, and in this video I'm going to be going over some test hands and combos for the Shaddoll deck profile that I recently posted on my channel. So if you haven't checked that out already, be sure to do so using the link in the description below. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Tcg Sam. I'm a content creator that makes content on the competitive side of Yu-Gi-Oh! But with that being said, let's finish shuffling up and we will get started with our very first test hand. See what we can do with this deck. We're going to start off with a copy of Hedgehog, Wendy, Shaddol Fusion, Hedgehog, and Falco. And before I continue any further, there is a proxy in this deck. It is Tearlaments Sharon, the level 4 Tearlaments monster. I unfortunately don't have access to it at the moment, but if you do see a face down card, then that's what it is. Anyways, going first, our hand is full of Shaddolls. Not usually the greatest sign, but we do have a fusion spell, which means we can actually play the game. We're going to activate the Shaddol Fusion, of course, and then we want to fuse away the Wendy because we want to be able to summon App Clone with this hand to continue playing. So what we're going to do is fuse away the Wendy and the Hedgehog into a copy of App Clone specifically in the extra monster zone, since we're going to link it away for Gravity Controller. That's going to trigger both the Wendy and the Hedgehog's effects. So Wendy is going to be able to summon one face down, and Hedgehog is going to add any Shaddol monster from our deck to our hand. So what we're going to do is add a copy of Squamata, and then Wendy's going to summon out a copy of our Nail Shaddol Aerial in face down defense. So Nail Shaddol Aerial not only gives you potential to disrupt your opponent on their turn if you fuse with it, but it also opens up the possibility for you to use Red Shaddol Incarnation this turn to be able to flip it face up and start comboing. We're going to link this off into a copy of the Gravity Controller, and then that's going to trigger the effect of App Clone to add any Shaddol card from our deck to our hand, then send one card from our hand to the graveyard. So what we're going to be doing is adding the Shaddol Fusion, and then we are going to discard the copy of Squamata. That's going to trigger Squamata's effect. Squamata's effect is going to allow us to send the Red Shaddol Incarnation from our deck to the graveyard. And then now we have a disruption on our opponent's turn. And what I mean by that is we're going to be able to, during our opponent's turn, activate this card to banish itself and the App Clone to flip up our copy of Aerial. Aerial is going to be able to trigger to summon this back in face up or face down defense position. We're going to summon it in face up defense position. That's going to negate a face up card on the field. And of course, we still have our Shaddol Fusion to play on our opponent's turn, so we can make a Winda as well. So we can go fuse these two into a copy of Winda. That's going to trigger the Hedgehog as well to search up another Shaddol follow-up. And then when this dies, we grab back Shaddol Fusion. When this dies, we have access to any Shaddol card in our deck. So pretty decent, I would say. You have a lot of layers to this end board as well, which means you don't lose to a single card like Lightning Storm or like Feather Duster. You don't lose to a card like Super Poly right away as well. So there's just a lot of different like avenues you can go down just with that starting hand. And even though our hand wasn't like the greatest, we're still able to end on quite a respectable board. But let's see what this deck can actually do going second. Going second, I'm just not gonna assume that our opponent has like any specific X, Y, or Z card. So I'm just gonna be showing in general what this deck can do and some of the plays that you can make. So we're going to finish shuffling up, and let's see what we have going second. We have a copy of Shaddol Beast, Dogmatica Ecclesia, Tearlaments Sharon, Effect Veiler, and Super Poly. So let's just assume we Effect Veiler our opponent. We're gonna draw a Gamma for turn. Gamma, great if our opponent has like card like Dweller or something. We just cook them with the Gamma. But assuming they don't, the rest of our hand actually isn't like the greatest in the world. We're gonna have to start with the Sharon to send the Beast from our hand to the graveyard. Special summon itself, mill the top 3 cards of our deck. That's gonna send the Gamma, the Aerial, and the Shaddol Fusion. So we're going to be able to trigger cards like Beast Chainlink 1, Aerial Chainlink 2 to banish 3 cards from our opponent's graveyard. So Ashizu Shufflers, like Tearlaments monsters, whatever. And we're going to activate the Beast effect to draw a card. So that's going to draw us a copy of Shaddol Fusion. This is not the greatest because we don't have a Shaddol monster at the moment. But I guess a very cool play I can show you guys is either you can special summon, normal summon Ecclesia, activates effect to search Fleur-de-Lis, and you have quite a bit of damage on the board. But assuming that's not the play that you wanted to go for, what you can do instead is just special summon it if your opponent has an extra deck monster, normal summon it, doesn't matter. And then if you play a card like Time Thief Redoer, you can overlay these two for Redoer, activate Redoer's effect, detaching essentially the Sharon. Sharon effect is going to let you fusion summon, and then you're going to put back itself and the copy of Shaddol Beast to the bottom of the deck to summon out a Winda. And then what's cool here is that you can just leave it at that. You can leave yourself with a Winda, a Redoer coming back, or what you can do, if you want to continue comboing, you can just activate the El Shaddol Fusion, because now you have a Shaddol name. You're going to fuse these two off into a copy of Construct, and then we're going to activate the Winda effect to add this back. Construct effect is going to send any Shaddol card from our deck to the grave, and this is where you can really punish your opponent if they don't have a way to stop this. Send Shaddol Fusion to the graveyard, and then link this into a copy of Gravity Controller. Construct effect is going to be able to add back Shaddol Fusion, and then Shaddol Fusion from you fusing monsters from like your deck. And now it's just where it gets insane, because you can essentially make anything you want. Like, you can send Juggler plus a Shaddol monster, you can send like 2 different Shaddolls for like App Clone or something. You really just have so many options here. I'm just gonna lay them out, I guess, in front of you. So you can like send this, you can send this, you can do something like this for another Construct, and then you have like a light monster plus another Shaddol monster. So you just have so many ways you can actually do this, which is honestly great. Not to mention you have Super Poly as well. So honestly, pretty solid going second. Of course, once again, like we can't like assume our opponent has any like specific cards, because then it's just too complicated. But in general, this deck has access to quite a few like cool plays like that, like the Time Thief Redoer, which I unfortunately don't have, but I would definitely recommend playing if you do choose to play this build with the Sharon. So yeah, a quicker video than normal, but hopefully that gave you some general ideas of like what you want to be doing with this deck and some of the plays that I can make. So if you guys enjoyed this type of content, be sure to let me know by leaving a like, commenting, and subscribing. But once again, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.